Alright, this is my reply post for Ahmed. I can't say the last name without probably butchering it. The first is the Du Heinz Literature Prize, which does seem pretty interesting. The deadline already passed, but it does seem to have like a good idea. I've actually written some short stories, and that could be pretty interesting. And a book-length collection of short stories could honestly work for something that I am interested in. There is a limited format, but I think that it could be pretty interesting if I did ever decide to enter that contest, and it could open possibly a few doors. The second one was a master's review with a $20 entry fee, which is pretty reasonable. There is a $20 entry fee, which you said, and it does seem to have a good amount of cash prizes, but since it is only open once a year, you may be able to pre-write a few things before entering for the entry fee. And even though it is a short story, you can hone your skills to write multiple stories, even if you don't actually submit any of them, or maybe you just submit the one that you like the most for the review for the requirements. The third is the Zoetrope, I think I'm saying that right, All Stories Annual Fiction Contest. Entry fee is about $30, and it is another short story thing, I believe. 5,000 words. That's pretty short. I'm actually pretty long-winded sometimes, and while I do like writing in the first person, it does get sort of tricky every now and again, which is pretty odd because I write in the third person often, but when I write for school, it's usually in the first person, which I'm trying to get out of, but it does seem to help every once in a while. The deadline is October 1st, and the time commitment you say is a few months. The representation could open doors, and the shorter time between the deadline and the announcement of winner is actually a good idea. Not to mention that while the stories are short, you can get a reasonably fast idea of if you actually won something, or if you did good, or maybe you meet someone by doing the project in a group, if there are groups for this or whatever. But overall, I think out of all of them, I would try to do the Du Heinz Literature Prize. Maybe not this year. Well, of course not this year, maybe not next year, but it may be something that I may think about in the next few months or look more into it. At any rate, I will have to say that all three of them are pretty good examples, and I actually will save the links to bookmarks for each one of them, and I may eventually come back and look at them more critically in the coming months. And that is my review. Thank you very much.